Welcome back. In the last video, we looked at the property that says the distance from the vertex to the side is going to be twice the, from the vertex to the centroid is going to be twice the distance from the centroid to the side. So you have the little piece, and then the other one is going to be double that length. Okay? So now let's see if we can apply that to a couple more examples. So the next one we have, given segment BV and segment AU are medians. So since I have a median, I know that means I definitely do have a centroid right here. Okay. If BG, or find BG, so we're going to be finding this piece here. Okay. If BV is 3.9, so I know that this piece is divided into two pieces here and one piece here, and they're telling me the whole thing, B to V, is 3.9. So I'm going to take that 3.9 and I'm going to divide it into 3 equal parts, which is going to be 1.3. So 1.3 is going to go here, and then the other two of them are going to go here, 1.3 and 1.3, which is 2.6. So from B to G, that's going to be 2.6. So that this piece is twice as long as this, and together it makes the whole thing 3.9. Okay? The next one, given segment DU and segment EV are medians. So again, where they intersect is going to be my centroid. Find EZ if ZV is 12. So ZV, this piece here, is 12. V is the one that's on the side, that's the midpoint. So I know that that's my shorter piece, and then it takes 2 to get to the corner. So it's going to be 12 and 12, 24. What is this asking me for? EZ. So it just wants this piece here, which is 24. EZ equals 24. Okay? All right, when I look at the next figure, this figure has all sorts of stuff going on, and it's going to ask me to identify a median and identify an altitude. So we know a median has to go through a midpoint. So that means I need to look for congruent segments. So these tick marks here and here tell me that B is a midpoint. So I know I'm going to be leaving this midpoint. I have two that come out of the midpoint. I have one that goes to G and one that goes to E. Now your median has to go to the corner, right? Because it's divided into the 3 parts from the side to the corner. So it has to go to the corner. So my median has to be BE. And you could also write that EB. You could write it either way. Then an altitude. So an altitude is what we did in the last lesson, and that is the distance from a corner, from a vertex, perpendicular to the other side. So when I look at this figure, I have 2 right angles. I have this one here at B, and I have this one here at F. So I have 2 choices. I can either leave here to C, or I can leave here this 90-degree angle to G. Now remember, your altitude comes from a corner to a 90-degree angle. So this G is not a corner to that 90-degree angle, but the C is a corner to the 90-degree angle. So C to F is my altitude, or I could call it FC, either one. Okay? All right, the last thing we're going to do here is we're going to find the centroid of this triangle graphed below. So what we can do is we can find the midpoint of this segment. The easiest way to do that is to kind of just think about if we look at the slope of the line and then divide either the x or the y in half to figure out where we land. So if I look here, I have to, from this point to this point, I have to travel down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I only go down 3 instead of 6, 1, 2, 3, that's where I'm going to find my midpoint. Okay, I can do the same thing between these two. Now in these one, I have to go down 1, 2, 3 to get to that other point. So I'm going to go down 1.5 to find it, which is going to be somewhere in here, somewhere right about there. Okay, we could also do the x values. I have to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 before I go up. So it would be 1, 2, 3 and a half. So it's going to be right there in the middle of that square. Okay, and this side will be equal to this side. So then we have this one here where, let's see, we're going to go up 1, 2, 3 and over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if we're going over 8, that's easy to divide in half. That means we're just going to go over 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to be my midpoint. Okay, so then I found all my midpoints. I can draw in all my medians. So my medians, I don't know where I put my little tiny ruler, so I'm just going to use this straight edge that I have here handy. And I'm going to connect the dots from the dot to the corner, to the corner, to the corner across from it, and to the corner across from it. So that I can find my centroid right here at the point 1, 2. Okay, now I know you may not have easy access to graph paper where you could graph it like that, so I'm going to show you another really simple way to do it. If I want to find the midpoint of a segment, I just average the two x values and average the two y values. We can do the same thing with our centroid. So if I know my 3 points, I have a point here at 3, -1, and a point here at 4, 5, and a point here at -4, 2. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to average my x values together, and I'm going to average the y values together. And that's going to give me my x, y point. So look at my x values. My x values are -4, 3, and 4. Remember, when you average things together, you add them and divide by how many there are. Well, there's 1, 2, 3 points, so I'm going to divide by 3. -4 plus 3 minus 4, or sorry, -4 plus 3 plus 4. The 4's will kind of cancel out. I just end up with 3 over 3, which is 1, which is what we got. When I do my y values, 5 plus -1 plus 2, there's 3 numbers, so divide by 3. 5 minus 1 is 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 divided by 3 is 2. My centroid is the point 1, 2. So if you have graph paper, you can do it with the graph, but I sometimes find it's just easier to do my x values together, divide by 3, add my y values together, divide by 3. That will give me my x and y coordinates. Okay? All right, that's all there is to your medians and your centroids. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please ask in sync time or attend tutoring. Thank you so much for watching.